Hi, Deepika. Hello, hello. I was just taking a bit of a moment. I was just snacking on these chips, and then I was like, wait a second. I could go live and hang out if anyone wants to talk or anything. Yeah, technically. But I'm in a very interesting transition in my life. So I'm kind of like enjoying and observing these like last moments in this cycle and phase of my life that's coming to a close. Oh wow. Happy afternoon. Yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. over here. It's 2:40 a.m. But I'm kind of a night owl, so I'm usually awake pretty late anyways. How's your situation? Oh, wait, let me read what you said. Cool, sleep pretty late, 2, 3, or 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like the latest I want to stay up would be at like 6 at the latest. But I was about to ask, how's your situation? I think last time we spoke, or last time we did a reading, you were wondering if like the current job situation that you had was going to uh help take you to, I forget where, or if you mentioned where, but basically you were trying to move somewhere and you felt like through your job you would be able to do it. So I'm just wondering like how's everything been playing out so far? If there's any like manifestations that have come in for you or something. Because for me a lot has been happening. And I'm pretty excited to share with the channel when it's the right time. I've gotten back to being more consistent on the channel, so yeah. Right now I'm just kind of like practicing consistency. Still doing my best to do like a good reading and everything with each video. But yeah, for now my focus is like consistency. It's been in discussion. Hope it works out. I believe so. Earlier I did a new moon reading, and the new moon reading that called out to me the most was one about like communication working out really well today on the new moon as well as over the next 10 days. So I feel like if it's been in discussion, to me that's like a sign and confirmation from the universe that yeah, communication, like that message from that reading, I feel like it's resonating more now. So yeah, I'm hopeful about your situation. I wonder if maybe in the next week or so that discussion might move forward, or over these next 10 days. That's what I'm hoping for, anyways. But yeah, did anything exciting or big happen for you in the last 24 hours for the new moon? Hey, from Manchester, UK. Hey, Caroline. I've missed you. I don't remember if I had emailed you like if I forgot to reply to your email, or like who sent the last email or what, but I just figured we've just been going on like quite a ride. Um, but yeah, if you're just like wondering where my energy is at, yes, I still love talking to you. So just letting you know. Aw. And I'm eating Cheetos. Yeah. My goal is to not eat Cheetos ever again someday, but yeah, it's a work in progress. I don't get them as often as it looks though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, life. So many things going on one after the next. If not externally, then internally. Thank you. I don't think too many people are on the channel at this time. So like um this isn't my official reveal or whatever to the channel, but I am moving and I'm moving very soon, so yeah. Ooh, yes. I hope it resonates with you. I've been really insecure about my readings as per usual. I'm always worried they're not going to resonate with everyone. Which I guess every general reading is not gonna resonate with everyone, but like I worry it's not resonating with anyone at all. But then I get confirmation and stuff like that from people, and it makes me feel good. Hi, Steph. Had an appreciation mail yesterday. Also, a very constructive discussion on your role and expectations. Wow. Yes, that's so cool. Yeah, Caroline, Steph, did you guys get any sort of like, how was the last 24 hours for you? Did you get a lot of communication or did some big manifestation come in somehow? That's what I'm wondering. Because some of that really came in for me. Like the last 24 hours, this was a really good new moon day for me. And yes, I am moving. It is so exciting. I've been really arguments. I mean, that's stressful, but hey, that's a type of communication. Maybe it's a work in progress. Maybe it'll become constructive over the next like few days or over the next week and a half or something. What was I gonna say? I don't remember anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so too. I think so. Mm-hmm. That definitely counts. Building connections with people, communicating in some sort of way. I had a very good day. Oh, I think I was gonna say that like, even though I'm announcing that I'm moving right now, like that the official video, then when I reveal it to the channel, I've been. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was trying to say, which is that like I've been really struggling to not share my secret news with the channel. If any of you here right now kind of remember any of my previous videos in the last couple months, I've been promising the channel that I had like secret news in April. Anyways, that secret news is the fact that I'm moving. I didn't want to jinx it, is one of the reasons I didn't announce it to the channel. I was worried that I would announce moving and celebrate too soon, and then like something comes up and it like falls apart, but it pretty much didn't. It's happening. So, yeah. Recently moved from studio flat to a shared house. It's great. Last place. I see. I see. Disagree on the final amount you owe. Oh yeah, I think that's good communication because it's like clearly that's the past since you're in your new place. So it's like maybe the communication was to show you the clear difference between your old place and your new place. I feel like that's some like introspective stuff that you like maybe caught on to from the argument. Like, I feel like, you know, maybe it didn't feel great, but it might have felt sort of good seeing, like, whoa, the universe is really coming through. Like, I really manifested something better. Wow, April specifically. That's really cool. Birth moon is in the third house of communication. Wow. Yeah, Gemini is the house of communication, isn't it? That's so cool. Watch the trailer. And I almost cried off. Haven't watched it yet. Going to this weekend. Oh, you have to. I cried so many times watching Katara Lives Alone. That is, yeah, that's a very emotional anime. And I'm so happy to hear that, Caroline. Yeah, I could just tell it was much better. Usually when we move somewhere, it's probably almost always better. I feel like depending on your journey, it can definitely be like fluctuating intensities. Like, yeah. And I think with your specific journey, actually, I'm remembering a lot of places that you've moved to. That is definitely kind of all over the place in terms of is it up, is it down? But I think they were all an accumulation of lessons. And now you're like pretty happy with having gone through all of those places because they all led you up to your new place. Yeah, it is so good. You're gonna love it, Steph. You already know you are from the trailer. I'm so glad you watched that trailer. Oh, I finished the Magus's Bride, by the way. Magus. I still don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but that's fine. But I finished it, and I think a new season is coming out like sometime later or whatever. Um, I'm pretty sure that's what I saw, and I think there's the manga perhaps. So I'm gonna do more research into it. But yeah, I finished that anime. It was so good. Um, I'm trying to remember like some of my like favorite moments. Oh, that guy, Joseph or Yosef, who's like combined with the other guy. Oh my god. Absolute least favorite character by far. 1,000,000%. It'll happen, Deepika. I believe it. Yeah, send me the picture. That's so good. Yeah, it seems like a lot of things are turning out in my favor. A lot of things keep seeming to like pretty much end up going my way. I'm going through like a separation. I'm gonna call it a separation instead of a breakup at this point. Now that I've done a bunch of reflecting on it, it might end up being still a breakup, but like until I really clear things up with Michael and get like communication and figure out what's going on and what he wants exactly, and like have get another chance of like talking to each other and like seeing where we're at and everything, and if he wants to come on board or not. Um, but anyways, that's going on, and when that was going on, I was like, this is kind of stressful. Like, how are we gonna do this moving situation? Like, I got really clear communication today where I remembered certain things, as well as yesterday, I think. Like, for example, I thought I had to pay the utilities uh, by the end of April, like the first month's utilities, but I forgot that my sister already told me that we don't have to worry about the utilities for the first month that we're moved in. I forgot about that. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, bless. So I found out that, and then I figured out that my internet is going to actually be very affordable. And so, like, before I knew it, I realized that, like, whoa, yeah, this living situation is taking care of itself, at least in this first month, more so than I realized. And I realized it today. But even so, I still want to like work things out with Michael. So I'd say we're in a separation, and that's like kind of the only thing And it's so funny. Before, it was like stressful, and it felt like so much of these plans laid in his hands, which made me feel bad because I'm like, I don't want Michael to feel like used or like, oh, we only need you for like financial support. But now it's all stabilized where I'm like, okay, we now definitely don't actually need any additional financial support at this time. I mean, the more the better, of course. But what I initially thought was like a bit like hopeless, like, uh-oh, once we move, we won't have internet. Like, nope, actually we will. Like, it's just like way more stabilized than I realized. And now it's like I feel even more sure that I'm doing this for Michael and for my own heart, of course, for myself. Because I'm like, okay, now it is stabilized, and I still want to get into contact with him, and I still want to offer for him to come with us because I don't know. Like, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I'm going to catch up on your guys' messages. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard. Oh, with John Cho. I thought you were talking about two different series, Cowboy Bebop and John Cho, but you're talking about the movie. I'm not super huge into live action anime movies in general. No matter the one it is, I never really like it because I'm like, all these scenes that were so cute or aesthetic in the anime are now all like realistic. Even I bet even Einstein the dog wasn't nearly as cute as Einstein in the anime. And dogs are so cute, you know? But anyways, that's how strongly I feel about like anime versus live action. But generally my opinion is not negative on that one. I really like that they had some actual representation. Whereas like Death Note, for example, is all white people. So it's like there's definitely been certain live actions that just got totally ruined. Oh, Avatar the Last Airbender live action movies, so bad, you know? Okay, I'll check my email in a second. The best things will turn out. Oh, thank you, Deepika. Literally, you too. I really believe you. You're gonna get there. I don't remember your exact circumstances, but I remember years ago, like, you had all these questions about where things were gonna go. You weren't sure. And I'm sure looking back, like, where you are now, so many of those things that you were, like, worried or unsure about if you were gonna be able to get to the next step or progress past that point, here you are, and you've progressed through all of those previous trials or challenges, you know? So I think Aries new moon, this is a good time to try to be positive and hopeful about your circumstances. It's okay to be realistic too. Like, I was being positive or trying to be for everyone the last several weeks, even though I was also like, I don't know how this moving situation is going to go. I feel like it's honestly going to fall apart. Like, I also talked openly about my fears, of course, but like, it's sort of like, it's good to express both and be like, feel them both, but it's sort of important. Um, or it's like you deserve to at the end of it get the last note, like what ends on the last note to be like a positive one, if that makes sense. Because I know for a fact sometimes I've ended on a negative note with something and it still goes my way and it still goes good. So now I'm just saying, for the sake of like self and like just deserving, like that we deserve to feel good, that it's for mostly that alone for why it's important that we get to end the battle of like hopes versus fear on the hopes side of things. Not because you could really ever go wrong with your path that's ahead, but just because, like, of course, you deserve to feel good and to feel hopeful. Yeah, so that's kind of a new outlook that I have on it right now. Because I hate the idea of like, oh, you have to be hopeful or else. Like, what? What do you mean or else? Like, you know, like in the spiritual community, they're like, or not. they is general. I don't mean everybody, but I mean like there's definitely been a crowd out there where they're like, you have to be positive, otherwise you won't manifest your manifestation, you know? And I just never vibed with that. I was like, that's a lot of pressure. And then they're like, oh, but you have to authentically be positive. And then it's like, I don't know, it really makes it more difficult for me personally. What helps me is like genuine spirit guides or guides like in this physical world, basically like uh valuable teachers in this world that like may do a peaceful meditation just to like let you know that you deserve to feel good and to relax and to breathe, you know? Yes, absolutely. That's because we're witches. Yes. Everything shall turn in good favor. You know, that's so true. That's another reason why I like part of me for why I want Michael to tag along is like I'm like, dude, in the world of karma, and he's a Libra, you know, and Libra is well aware that karma basically exists, the scales of justice. I'm like, okay, here's what I know about my life. And maybe I'm being arrogant here, but here's what I know about my life. That karmically, things seem to turn out in my favor. So if you and I are on opposing ends sides here, like I'm not saying bad things are gonna happen, but like just like I don't know, maybe make up with me and like pick a side. Like I don't want to say there's a winning side and losing side, but sometimes like with life and the scale of things and like the concept of karma and just like what we know about TV shows and stuff like that, like I don't know, I would really prefer Michael be on my side. I believe things can turn out really well for everybody who wants to come together. It doesn't mean that people have to specifically choose to be in my world to have good outcomes. Um, but I think in everyone's world, that concept is local, if that makes sense. So it's like locally, now that Michael and I have met, we're energetically connected in the storyline called life. You know, our lives pathways have now crossed paths at one point or another. So therefore, we are kind of connected. And so in my world, yeah, I don't know. I just view it as like you might want to end on a good note with me because karmically that doesn't seem to look good for a lot of the people that I've seen who exit my life on bad terms with me. Like and the bad terms, it's not like I wish them poorly. I'm just like, no, I truly wish them well. Like I love that person and I'm genuinely hopeful that they're right about their path and that things turn out good for them. And then like whenever I hear from them or get back in touch and see some updates, I see a lot of the karma, I see a lot of how they made me feel is now what's happening to them and they're not having a blast. And they don't make the connection that they did that to me. And I'm like, woohoo, someone sounds like they're gonna be stuck in a perpetual cycle. And that really sucks, you know? Woo, Margaret. Okay, let me catch up again. Yeah, positivity, like forced positivity, can become toxic. Yeah. Better to have a focus, dream, but then let go. Yeah, well, my Libra, that's another story, another day. Just done. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Good. I'm like clapping for you, basically. I'm applauding your power moves. I forgot they were both Libras. And that, oh, and yeah. I almost said his name, but like, it's like, yeah, like the same. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, that situation, yeah. You just cut ties, honestly. Anyone awake? Oh, I forgot what I titled my live stream. I'm glad you woke up, Margaret. I still haven't listened to that song that you sent me. But yeah. But I just I just know Michael deserves good things, though. So even if he doesn't go on my side or whatever, and we really separate and break up truly and everything, and like somehow don't stay in each other's worlds at all, I do think he'll still be okay. Like, I'm still hopeful that the universe will treat him kindly, lovingly, and maybe guide him. I believe he's someone who needs lots of guidance. Songs by Planet 1999. I'm going to pull a card on Michael's energy about his situation with me. Truthful message. I'm getting the Seven of Cups, but reversed. But also, I might have just been holding the deck the wrong way. But generally, I'm getting he's confused as to what to do and trying to maybe be strong. And like, because Three of Wands in this card says communication, and the Strength card is about like having emotional strength and like resolve. So I feel like it's like he's really like trying to hold strong to not react or not to respond to me. He's like trying really hard not to communicate because he's really confused. Like, he's confused why his heart is still able to feel things when he's tried shutting it all down, like numbing and acting like he doesn't care. It's like not working how it used to. Probably. That's my hope. I mean, like, I hope he's doing well, but yeah. Lamau, son, I eat chips and snacks with chopsticks too. I like Chex Mix and chopsticks. Yeah, I'm just so tired of my hands getting like all the like residue. I used to act like I like it, like, yeah, I can like enjoy the residue. Nom nom nom. But like, no. Not really. Okay, how else is he feeling about the situation with us? The way things are. Eight of Wands, it's a card of stress in this deck. It's funny because the Eight of Wands, this deck does a lot of opposite effects. Like, in traditionally, the Seven of Cups is a card of confusion, but in this card, it's very clear what's going on. Traditionally, the Eight of Wands is a very fast energy that looks very positive and like a lot's happening. In this deck, it's like almost a stressed out energy. You know, traditionally, Three of Swords is about heartache, heartbreak, but in this deck, it's more about physical health, finances, things like that. So I really like this deck a lot. Such skill, eloquent. Feel that it feels accurate from an outside perspective. Thank you. I appreciate the confirmation. So what else? He's got the King of Cups, and he's also got the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is saying he's been gain more perspective and heal and mature his energy, his emotions, really mature on an emotional level during this alone time of independence. So what action might he take when it comes to this connection? You know, I've gotten some positive things about it lately, but like obviously not much has really happened. So it's like, even if it's good messages, let's see what actions. We've got the Eight of Cups, which is in this deck it says hiding from judgment. So hiding, okay. But it's the Eight of Cups though. Moving on, the Three of Cups. Wow. I think this is going full circle, his actions that he's going to take. I think as he begins to move on from some painful emotions and like things that he's working through, he's going to remember more and more the friendship that we have, the connections that he's made, the love that's really there. I'm really hearing that song, You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story. You know, you've got a friend in me. And I don't even, it's okay if you guys love Toy Story, but I was going to say, but I don't even like Toy Story. I don't hate Toy Story. You know, it's still good. But yeah, it's like, I don't get nostalgia from that show. So for whatever reason, that song just like came up when I saw this. It's like this Eight of Cups horse is walking away, but these Three of Cups horses are sort of facing. It's like facing all three directions. There's forward, there's that way, and there's this way. You know. So it's like, to me, this is saying his actions of like walking away is backwards from moving forward. Like, usually when you walk away with the Eight of Cups, you're walking towards the right direction. But in this deck, it's sort of like only it's like a temporary card, like walking away emotionally to heal, but you're going to need to revisit and come back. So maybe he's revisiting the past and healing during this time, and he's possibly going to move forward soon. We get the Seven of Wands. I really don't know. I can't tell. For you to hear, for you. Hear the Yellow Tiger, Mother, which is all about standing in your strength and power. Very similar to what I just said. Mind-blowing. Me too. I'm really glad you guys are awake right now. I was gonna do a private live, but then I took too long. I was reading manga, and time passed by really fast. I feel so bad. And so now I think the person I was gonna do that with is asleep. So I figured, well, I wanted to go live right now, so I will publicly. And then I'll just wait and time it better. At the same time, my moving situation's happening really soon, so maybe I should still do the reading. Yeah. Saturn's on the back. To me, this is saying that he might be very well transitioning out of this part of his journey that's really challenging. I feel like the last few weeks has been really challenging for him, and he's been actively working through it. I think it takes him more time to work through his emotions and his energy than it maybe does for me when I'm like on my own and stuff. But that he has been doing it at his own pace, and that it seems to be working out. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me do that. And in advance, if I don't laugh, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's funny though. One Piece at Taco Bell? Wait, what? What? By funny, you mean epic? What? Yes! Thank you for sending me this picture. I never get to see cool One Piece stuff out in public. My siblings always find a car that has like One Piece stickers or like someone's backpack or whatever. But me, never. There was one time I saw a One Piece sticker when I was at community college. They drove by me, and it was later that day where I was like, wait, I should just like talk to them. And I literally like ran around in the parking lot for like 20 minutes. I was like, please, where are you? Let's talk about One Piece. I never found that car though. It could have been a soulmate, you know? Oh, let's face it, it was a soulmate. They watch One Piece. You saw that today? On the new moon? What? So cool. You were at the drive-thru and looked over. Oh my gosh. You are that's a sign that you're truly blessed. I think, I've got a lot of luck that comes my way. I feel like I'm really up there on the blessed list, But like, wow, if you can run into One Piece stickers, you're like on another level of blessed, So yeah. Whoa. Like, wow, I envy you. As much as like, haha, just kidding. I'm like not kidding. I'm like One Piece sticker in public. Like that's like the top of the blessings list. One Piece is world peace. This is just a universal truth. Yeah, and I'm like serious. It really is. I swear. People are wondering what's taking so long for us to achieve world peace. Well, think about it. There's so many people who have still not watched One Piece. It just makes sense. No wonder the world is still in turmoil. Duh. But seriously, I know for a fact there's a lot of people that even if they watched it, it wouldn't change anything in that person. But maybe, but no. Yeah, I'm a bit sad because my sibling was gonna make food for all of us, and it was gonna be vegan, filling. But they got too tired, so I went over there and I was like, "Do you still have the red Cheetos?" And they were like, "Yes." And so I took them. Ah. So are you all just chilling? Nice. I haven't had Chipotle in a while. Oh, made me think about Michael all of a sudden. I was like, not since Michael was around. Maybe in February. We tried not to make it a habit since like eating it over and over was starting to like really mess with my health physically, like my stomach and everything. Chipotle is life. It really is. Honestly, I feel like I really could eat that like pretty much every day, or at least like 4 out of 7 days a week, Like something like that. Yeah, it's the witching hour. Nice. Just chilling. I feel like maybe we're all just kind of like observing this end to a certain cycle in our lives. Like, whoa, watching the sunset. Mm-hmm. That's a good ratio. Yeah, we were just doing it like every day with no other things to balance it out with. So it was like no wonder we couldn't keep it up, like stomach wise. Ooh, that sounds really good. Nectar juice bar. Did any of you watch H2O Just Add Water growing up or at any time in your life? It's a TV show. It's so good. Yeah, I believe I'd like it. I love juice. Juice, smoothies. Yeah. I forgot I did a bunch of work today. I was like, why is my hand hurting and cramping up just from chopsticks? Which I suppose could make sense, but most of the time I'm fine. And it's because I was doing a bunch of work earlier. I was helping put together a bookshelf as well as like putting in these thumbtacks into the wall. Like I was like doing stuff. I forgot all about it. You have not stretch. I'm stretching. Ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't worry. So I'll tell you the story. So basically, I was helping my sister a little bit with her moving situation, and as we did some, they don't have like chairs really. They do have some chairs technically, but basically they don't have chairs or couches or anything right now. So oftentimes I ended up like spreading out and stretching when I was on the floor. So yeah, I agree. I love stretching. When I was growing up, I kept insisting to my older brother to stretch because he was a runner. He loved going on runs. Growing up, I was always faster than him until he joined the track team. And low key, I was still faster than him. High key, actually, he just had all the training and endurance. But in terms of like raw natural energy and like strength and like talent or whatever, Pisces power, you know. But what was I saying? But oh yeah, I would always tell him to stretch, and he was like, "I don't need to stretch." He basically claimed that he was like, "I'm perfect. I go on runs and I get stronger, and like nothing bad happens when I don't stretch." Like I'm like, okay, but it feels good. He just like wasn't super big on stretching for a long time in his life. Here we are, years later, and he stretches way more regularly. It's been a huge part of his lifestyle for maybe the last like, I don't know, like 6 years or so, like a while. Maybe once he graduated high school, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So many times he just adopts my lifestyle and like doesn't seem to connect the dots that like I was the one who was teaching him that growing up. He is cloud putty. And that's really cool. Yeah, I'd like something to do that so I can like kind of like massage and stretch the hands. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Whoa, medical therapy putty. Try to help him about his health. He never listens. My dad is the same. Is your dad also the same zodiac sign as you? Or is that just me? Whoa. Yeah, I'd love to get some of that putty. That sounds really cool. Whoa, okay. That's cool. He's Aquarius. I'm like, are you a Leo? Is that right? I mean, that's really interesting. Cool. I finally remembered. That's very interesting. Leo and Aquarius are one and the same. They are counterparts, so to speak. Two sides of the same coin. Polar opposites, but in like identical ways. Like, you know? Pisces and Virgo are the opposite signs and are therefore one and the same. And then you just kind of keep doing that with each sign. Aries and Libra are polar opposite signs. Taurus and Scorpio are polar opposite signs. Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs. Yeah, and Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. So very, very interesting. I think Usnavi is a Pisces, maybe on the cusp of Aquarius. I think my North Node is Virgo. Pretty sure. Wait, maybe it's not. Let me check. Yeah, my true node is in Virgo. Aries North Node. That makes a lot of sense. Cancer Lilith. I forget what my Lilith is in. It might be in my Lilith might be in Leo actually. Yes. Happy new moon in Aries. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where do I go to look at my Lilith? Extended chart. Oh, there it is. Lilith. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, my Lilith is in Leo, actually. Yeah. So I remembered correctly. But it's almost at the end of Leo, so it's kind of on the cusp of Leo and Virgo. It's like Leo in the 28th degree. Almost the 29th degree, like super close to it. So yeah, for me, I'd say that's like the cusp of Leo and Virgo is what my Lilith is in the second house. My Chiron is in Scorpio in the 4th house. Also kind of on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. Yeah, it's in the 1st degree, so wow. Yeah, it is. It's like your shadow side. Yeah, shadow work, yeah. Whoa. That makes so much sense because Aquarius or Sagittarius is before Aquarius. Me too. It looks like we all are souls that progressed on our charts. I'm also pretty sure that Caroline is an Aquarius. But I could be remembering wrong. I love that. I know you're talking about our current circumstances. Yeah, we definitely progressed. The universe must know. It's literally connected. It's literally the universe. Wow. Cool. Yes, Aquarius power. Now you're out of it. I'm so happy for you, Steph. Getting to focus on your own personal interests, you know. It's so nice. Your Lilith is in Capricorn. That's so cool. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I think my Lilith being in Leo makes a lot of sense to me too. Like now that I'm looking at it, it really is like a soft underbelly. It's like something it's like the ways in which people can really like push your buttons or like whatever, like kind of like where insecurities come from and stuff like that. At least for me, I'm really seeing that with my Lilith sign. Kind of like a vulnerable side. That's exactly why like sometimes I'd be like playing a video game in front of Michael, and like sometimes I would get embarrassed and my face would turn red and I'd suddenly be really upset with him because I'm like he didn't validate me that I'm like good at the game or whatever, or that it doesn't matter how I'm doing at the game and that he loves watching me play or something, like, and then I would get really really upset and like kind of have a breakdown and want to like delete all my progress and self-sabotage. So I'm like, definitely seems kind of Leo like type of an energy there for like times where I've gotten upset, which is funny because he's a Leo moon, so you think he would understand. I have a lot of deep wounds and insecurity about the way I am viewed by others. I think you guys can tell. Hopefully that resonates every 5 seconds because I really don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just feel like it makes sense. Capricorn is very sensitive, but also likes to really say like, "No, I'm not. I'm strong," you know. Um, and Capricorn's very responsible, likes to be self-reliant, so insecurities and like vulnerabilities and whatnot about all of that, basically. And like, there's more Capricorn traits I could come up with too. Your Chiron's in Leo. Wow, the wounded healer. That's yeah. That's another place that's like very similar to Lilith's energy. I relate with you so much that I don't know what you are talking about, lol. I guess I'm just not judging you. I think that's what you are thinking in general with the audience. Makes sense. I'm like with the audience, I'm like worried. I'm like, even if I'm super confident that these messages are totally resonating with the audience, or like this is the right message, like I'm so confident of what I'm getting and what messages I'm interpreting, it's like almost all an act. Like I think I'm confident, but then I'm also like, at the end of the day, consent is a thing. I'm like, the audience could disagree. The audience could be like, I don't know where you're getting that message from at all. That's not what's happening in my life. Like, I'm not omniscient or whatever it's called, omnipotent. I don't know, where you literally are everywhere at once. I mean, in some ways, I totally relate to that energy, but on a conscious level here, of like other people's conscious, definitely not. Like, I definitely, am not really a mind reader. I think that would be really invasive. I don't know. So it's like that with me when I'm like doing readings. I like really like confirmation from people. A lot of shadow work to do, lol. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like Capricorn and Lilith, and I think Leo in was it Chiron, like definitely. And for me, um, kind of similar. Like I've my Chiron is in Scorpio in the fourth house, and it's like, oh, that hits so strongly. I'm just now clicking. The fourth house is Cancer's house. Scorpio is the second water sign, and Pisces is the final water sign. So I'm like, wow, deeply wounded when it comes to my emotions, even though I also have really high mastery over the emotions and my intuition and that whole world of things. Um, and at the same time, that makes sense. Chiron is also where you actually have the most potential in terms of how you heal. While it might be your greatest weakness where you're wounded the most, it's also your greatest strength, knowing how to heal it. Can see what you mean, but yeah, all the messages I've received from you have been dead on accurate. Cool. See, there's my like Leo and Lilith, like how I feel really good hearing that. Aries and my Aries moon, like Pisces sun, like Pisces really does like validation and like affection and compliments, basically. So it's like so much of my chart, it all goes together. It's really nice. I was gonna say, I think I created a really neat chart for myself. I do feel like each soul of ours, like we did sort of choose your character. Here on Earth, it doesn't seem that way, but I feel like we did. You are absolutely a teacher too, though, Steph. Like, thank you for saying that. Like, it does make me feel really good. Like, someone sees my like worth and everything. And I see yours because yeah, I don't know. It feels the same to me, like your maturity level and like everything. Mm-hmm. I'm on another level. Only at my best. I can be really cruel and hurtful. But yeah. So I still have a lot of learning to do, or growing. There's always gonna be more room to grow. You too. I believe it. Fire energy. Because we know that it's right to be upset. Like when we're upset, obviously we know why we're upset. And then having people question it or try to debate it or have problems with it, it just makes no sense to me. I'm like, I would never say that vice versa. What I would say is, yeah, you have every reason to be upset. However, here's how I feel, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like people are so surprised that we can get upset too, you know? It makes no sense. It's because we are smarty pants about emotions. Oh, finally, someone like said something on the dating app. They were like, "Come over," and all I did was just finally, I said no, not sorry. I don't want to. Sorry, like I don't. This isn't what I'm looking for. No, I just said no. It was cool. So say it how you see it. No, sir. Goodbye, sir. Sorry. This, this SpongeBob conch. I do love that episode. Whoa. My phone evolved. Look. You can't really see. It's saying hello and it's like spelling it out in cursive. I know you can't really see it very well, but it's like, yeah. Because I finally updated my phone. I've ignored every update for like the last 8 months or like a year and a half or something. It was so funny. I always just clicked no, and they're like, okay, how about at 2 a.m.? I'm like, no, no, not at all. Like, stop asking me. Every week or so, it'll ask me, or like day, I don't know. What does what mean? You know? Oh wait, are you talking about the conch? I love that episode. It's so funny. I haven't seen that episode in forever though, but I just remember just the conch. Yeah, I don't know. I feel so silly now. I haven't laughed like that in I don't know, probably since not since like a few days ago. I was gonna say years, but no, I was laughing pretty hard a few days ago. I went ripsticking for the first time in a long time. Forgot how good I am at that. Forgot that it's like difficult to other people, but not for me. So that's cool. I feel like the people I was with though, if they did it more, they would get into the flow of it and they'd see how it's fun. It's like you're dancing on a board. I don't know. What's not to love about that? Okay, I'll send you a picture. Page no longer exists. What are you talking about? Okay, it's like a weird shopping website, and for some reason on this website it's still $100, which I'm like, why? That's how much it was like 15 years ago. Why is it still? So I bet there's a better price somewhere online, but I just did an image search. Oh, I am also the DDR person with the mat. Back when I was a little kid, I actually ended up at a doctor appointment, and they were like, "You have to stop." I was like, "What?" They're like, "You can't play anymore. It's literally breaking you." Like they said, like physically, it was damaging like my feet and my legs because I was like too hardcore. Yeah. I would like perfect every single song on expert mode, get like a 100% or whatever. Pretty much what you've seen on Muse Dash, I do on DDR. Diagnosis, no more DDR. I didn't listen, of course. I was like, yeah, right. Went home and I played. I might have done like one day of like, I can't. But like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna play DDR. I grew out of it. Not like grew out of it, like you can't play anymore, but like I stopped playing because my mat broke because it was just like a flimsy mat. But yeah. Yeah, I was like a ninja on that DDR mat. I'm like remembering. Yeah, that's a ripstick. And that's what I told them. I'm like, skateboards shouldn't even exist anymore. Like, this is just the upgraded version of a skateboard. I was kidding, though. You can't go downhill on ripsticks. Technically, I guess some people can, but, like, no. Trust me. Like, you cannot go downhill on a ripstick. So, like, skateboards still are, like, should be a thing, but I was just joking with the people that I was with. Yeah, all the hills. Yeah, no, ripstick would not be an option. Unless if you can find like a tennis court or something and like ripstick there. Okay. I'm like, I should stop. Because I'm going to feel this and it's going to suck. Whew. Yeah. It's quite the feeling, isn't it? Okay. I'm officially going to head out. I've got a really eventful weekend ahead of me. By the way, I'm moving tomorrow. Yeah. I don't think I specified when. You guys are wondering when? It's tomorrow. Pretty big. I might still sleep here for like a few days or whatever. But yeah. And by tomorrow, I mean Sunday. So technically I've got today, Saturday, and then tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, hi, Arwen. Damn, I'm just about to head out because the Cheetos are catching up to me and my skin is burning, so I need to wash my face and I need to like clean my mouth like and everything and then like drink water. Start prepping my detox early because when I wake up, oh, it's gonna be burning from the hot Cheetos. And then yeah, I'm so excited. It really is like very cool. This whole situation, how it came together. I mean, it was stressful and so many ridiculous things happened, but like I'm so ready for this. And I really, really hope I can get back in touch with Michael before Sunday. We'll see, because it's Saturday now, so I don't know. Hi again, Arwen. I'm doing good. I'm moving. Don't know if you were in the live stream when I brought that up, but I'm moving on Sunday. So yeah, pretty exciting. I'm like officially able to reveal it to the channel, or like it's okay if it slips here and there now because I made it or we made it. It's really cool. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And the West Coast is actually really nice. How about you, Arwen? Any exciting changes happening in your life? We had the new moon today. Hoping to relocate to at some point. Nice. I've got quite the itinerary. I've got to pack. I've got to clean. I've got to keep taking care of myself. I've got to do the personal reading. I really want to do a weekly reading on all 12 zodiac signs before Sunday. So today I need to do that as well. Yeah. Quite a lot to do. And like sleep. It's like feels like there's not enough time. But I'm feeling lucky. I feel like everything will work out perfectly. Oh, and also somehow try and make time to somehow get back in touch with Michael, which might not happen on Saturday, but like we could really use his help with the move on Sunday, so we'll see. Currently applying for jobs, have some interviews. Nice. I believe in you. I hope your interviews go well. I think they will. Mm-hmm. Please don't forget to take care of myself. I won't. Don't worry. I've learned now I'm like, if I overexert myself in a certain way, it's like, then I won't be able to keep helping or like doing the things or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Like when I try not to push my limits too much. And I think I would be able to do it a bit more in the future when I'm like much healthier able to exercise and do workouts, then like pushing myself sounds like a lot of fun and sounds constructive at that point. Yeah, I'll be sure to let you know. I think since there's like not a lot of people here, I'll just bring it up. I pretty much I like somewhat got in touch with Michael, but like not really. Like it's still pretty much like a mutual loved one. I asked if they would be willing to try and reach out to Michael, and they did. And Michael responded and said hello. And yeah, they haven't continued conversation because the person who reached out for me is like not feeling like talking to anyone right now. I'm like, okay, well, Sunday. I'm like, please, like it's important. But they're really really tired or like emotionally drained. So that, yeah, so that's like kind of big. Like Michael's willing to talk with a loved one of mine. So hopefully, so I feel like he does want to. I think he wants to come back. Maybe. I think maybe he like doesn't because he's wounded, but that like that technically like he misses being here and being like a part of the family, so to speak. Yeah, me too. I really wish he would too. Some things take time. That's true. I'm like, I know that life spun things in a certain way that kind of made us repel each other. But like I say, destiny is our own and we can break those chains anyways, regardless of what we've experienced, what we've seen. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, I wish your situation went better too. Oh, okay, your Chiron's in Taurus and not Leo. Which means your Lilith and Chiron are both earth energies. That's really cool. All work itself out in the end. Thank you, Arwen. Yeah, that's true. I'm like a right now. I'm a right now type of person. I just know that like I don't know. It's a very special connection and I'm meeting new people and it's getting exciting, but yeah, like be very nice if he could stay by my side because I'm still willing and it's a matter of if he is too. So I'm really, really hopeful that he still loves me. Pretty much. Earth for Kara and Lilith. We're so patient. Saints up in here. Yeah, literally. We are very, very patient and we're like really willing to like give it a try. So it's like people should just do it. Let's see, face recognition. Stroking. First, position your face in the camera. Then move your head in a circle. Show all the angles of your face. Get started. But what if my face looks really different in the future? Okay, let's see. Move your head slowly to complete the circle. I'm like, okay. First Face ID scan complete. Move your head slowly to complete the circle. Again. Fancy. Okay. But what if my doppelganger finds my phone on the ground? Then they can sign in anytime. I got your heart broken too a little while ago because you got your hopes up. Oof for them. From what you were saying, sounds like anything can happen between you two at this point. Pretty much. I think that's true. It's like we could try again or we could not. I could go this direction or I could go that direction. I feel like a lot of it is up to our own, both of our choice. I feel like it's up to, like, I've already kind of set, I like first with the breakup separation, I moved on and was like, okay, I'm moving on. And then I met a lot of new people and I met some really, really good matches, to say the least. And then after all of that and some time to like pretty much do some healing, which I still need more time to heal, I also reflected and was like, also though, I'm not ready for this to be over. Like, no, I'm not ready to give up. Like, I made a promise and I'm going to stick through it. So I've kind of made up my mind now. And I feel like a lot of what happens with the connection, a big part of it is my decision on if I want to stick through the relationship or not. And I thought I was sure this time, but after a few weeks, I reached a point where I'm like, I'm not actually that sure. And then, yeah, here I am. I'm like, yeah, I'm still willing, actually, to like, yeah. And then mostly how it usually goes on Michael's end is just time, however much time he needs to like, I don't know, heal and work things out in his life. But yeah, then there's the stress of moving. So I'm like, and knowing that where he's at, like, it's just a really toxic environment. So I'm like, come with us. Plus, my Sunday would go very differently if he was here with us. Don't want to try to fill in the blanks. Just feel like it was meant to happen for a reason. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Everything's okay with my phone. I just set up the face recognition for the first time. And absolutely, if it wasn't for this separation, I wouldn't have met certain people that I'm really glad that I met. Specifically, this one person, and potentially some more people too. But we'll see. Add cards to Apple Pay. Secure payments and apps. And in stores. I'm fine with that one not being set up. No. Display zoom. Choose how you would like to view iPhone. Zoomed. Shows larger text and controls. Standard fits more on the screen. I don't know. Cool, it's all set up. Let's see. It's a roll of the dice. Maybe once you're moved in, it will be more tempting a prospect for him. Yeah, that's what I think too. But also, like, yeah, like he knows about the moving. He knows the place, like all of the story behind it. Mary, hi, good morning. Wow, wow, you're just waking up. I'm about to head out and go to sleep. Yeah, for him it's more about the heartbreak. He's really, really hurt, I think. I'm not surprised after the way everything went. Aww. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm about to cut things short. 'Cause, yeah, I'm really tired. And I've got a long list of things to do that I don't even know if I'm gonna get most of them done. The one thing I know I absolutely am gonna get done is this personal reading. Maybe not tonight. I might sleep and then try to schedule it. Um, After that, take care of myself, or well, I'll do that when I wake up. And always, of course. But yeah, really, really want to figure out. I'm like, I wish there was a way, but honestly, I feel like there's not a way for me to contact Michael unless if he wants to do it too. So yeah, he might not be ready right now, and that's just really stressful for me because I'm like, please, like I have a lot on my plate, and it would be really helpful. But we'll see. It'll be okay either way, honestly. I'm pretty excited. Well, I don't really know what I don't know what services he's on or not on, and I've basically done that already. And so there's one place that I've been able to chat, but I have no idea if he will ever click that he's read it. Um, and he's just never responding. I just feel like eventually he would, but to me the fastest way is if my sibling, or oops, I wasn't supposed to say who, if the person who's who got in contact with him, um and I don't want to take my sibling's phone and talk to him like that and be like, okay, it's me. So it's genuinely them having a conversation, and I'm over here please respond to Michael and say this maybe, or just have a conversation. But my sibling is very socially drained right now, so I'm trying to be patient, but I'm like come on. This is important. But so is my siblings' well-being and their energy levels. Bye for real this time, yes. I will be heading out. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate the healing energy. Kind of synchronicity that we've split. Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting timing and things that have been happening. And I don't think he has Skype, and I don't really have Skype either. Hi. I'm right about to head out. I'm sorry. Hello. If we've talked before, just kind of remind me um who you are. And yeah, and if I remember anything, I'll let you know. Part of me feels like your username is familiar, but I really don't remember. But I'm excited nonetheless. But yeah, I'm about to head out now, so have a good day or a good night to everyone. Yeah. And thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Have a good day, Mary. Yeah. All right. Yes. Bye for real this time. Okay.